Welcome back to Platinum Hunters Extra. I'm excited for this month. They put a game that I really love in it. We got more PlayStation Plus essential games to cover. Yes, we do. We got 3 new games added to this month, and one of them I hold very deeply and regard it as one of my favorite games of all time. We got Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, and I think with Mafia 2 being put in PlayStation Plus, they have given us effectively all 3 Mafia games. So you have the whole collection now. You got Mafia 1, you got Mafia 2, and even before those 2, they put Mafia 3 sometime before. So you got the whole collection. And then the other 2 games I'm less familiar with, but we have Dragonball The Breakers. This is like a Dragonball Z Dead by Daylight type game. It's an asymmetric multiplayer game, so I'm interested to see how the trophies shake out for that. And we got Aliens Fireteam Elite. This is a co-op third-person shooter, so interesting as well. I did take a peek at the trophy guides already, and this month is definitely on the higher side of the difficulty spectrum. So we're gonna get into all 3 of these games to see which ones you want to plat. I think the most accessible one is Mafia 2, so we're gonna start there. Yeah, a 6 out of 10 doesn't sound very accessible now, does it? But I personally think this game is more of a 5 out of 10. I definitely think the difficulty for this trophy run definitely comes from having to play this on the hardest difficulty to get the Tough Nut trophy. So there are certainly some parts of the game where you're going to be stuck because the firefights are intense. I can think of the final battle in the Los Angeles Hills being one of the places I was definitely stuck in. There's a couple of other chapters where you're going to get stuck. There's one about a heist in an apartment building. There's one about getting through this booze production place, or it might be a place where they're storing booze, getting through that. So there's definitely certain parts of it that are going to be difficult to get through on the hardest difficulty. This is a cover shooter, so if you're experienced with cover shooters like Uncharted or Gears of War, you might be much more inclined to do this faster. The other part that is going to take some time is definitely the collectibles. Now, this game has one of the best collectible types in it for the Ladies Man trophy. You got Playboy mags. What better collectible is there than the Playboy mags? Obviously, I can't show any of them on this video, or probably in the trophy guide that I'm definitely going to make on Platinum Hunters, but enjoy yourselves if you like that thing. If you're a guy or a girl that likes women, enjoy the sights. The other one is the wanted posters, which is actually down here. Scrolling. The wanted posters. There is 159 of these wanted posters scattered throughout the city. And if you're playing this version of the game, there's an additional 30. So 189 wanted posters to collect. This shit takes a long ass time. There's no way of in-game tracking it. You gotta use a guide, and you gotta go from place to place, finding these wanted posters, which are on the sides of buildings, and some of them on the sides of some whack places that you have to get to. This part is a grind. It sucks. It sucks when I did it on the Xbox 360. It sucked when I did it on the PS3, and it sucks when I did it on the PS4 for this version of the game. I've done this 3 times. It sucked every single time. And then there's a bunch of other trophies. Some fun ones. I think probably the hardest one out of them all was this one. The police want you dead. Survive for 10 minutes. This is the hard to kill trophy. So with this, it's not so hard to stay alive. It's hard to keep the police on your tail for 10 minutes because theoretically, if the police are not chasing you anymore, that drops the wanted level and you get away. And you have to survive the police for 10 minutes. As in, you need them chasing you for 10 minutes. And that's the hardest part of it all, is keeping the police chasing you for 10 minutes. So you you pull ahead while you're driving away from the police. They're falling behind, then you kind of have to like hit the brake and they gotta catch up and you gotta keep them on your tail. That's the hardest part of this trophy, and sometimes you'll get unlucky and they'll shoot you through the car while you're driving it. So I would say that's one of the more tougher miscellaneous environmental trophies. Another one is called, where is it? Hairdresser. This one, it shouldn't be that difficult, but it is. You can make mistakes. This one, you have to kill 5 enemies in rapid succession with a headshot. There is a chapter 10, where that is the best place to do it. It's in this kind of like this industrial factory, kind of like junkyard place. That is the best place to do it, although it took me a long time because enemies move when you put your reticle on them. They'll move out of the way. And also, rapid succession means you got to do it quickly. So you got to get the 5. You can't take your time like you really want to. You have to shoot them fast. So this is another hard trophy in this run. I don't think it's necessarily a 6 out of 10 for this. I think it's more of a 5 out of 10. I personally think the first Mafia Definitive Edition game is more difficult than this one. But this game has some of its intricacies that will make the game and the trophy run harder to do. So 5 out of 10 I think is more fair than a 6 out of 10. I think that's a little much. But it is enjoyable to play this game. If you love gangster stuff, you're really, really going to love this. I know the Definitive Edition is not the best version of the game. I think the PS3 version runs better, despite this being a upgrade to the new console. But it's still a great story, great production values from this. You're going to enjoy this, especially if you love Goodfellas or you love gangster stuff like that. Okay, we got Aliens Fireteam. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Aliens, but I am always interested. I did like Alien and Aliens. Those are the only 2 movies I've watched, but I did really, really dig those. Unfortunately, games with the Aliens name have been hit or miss. You got Alien Isolation, which we covered in our last extra premium video. That's a good one. Then you got bad ones like Aliens Colonial Marines. Not good, very buggy, awful game. And then you got stuff like this, which is kind of in between. You got Aliens Fireteam Elite. This is a third-person co-op shooter game. And as you can see, 8 out of 10 difficulty, 4 playthroughs minimum. You're probably going to play way more than that, and 100 hours to do this. I think this game's biggest contemporary is Back 4 Blood, which is also like around this range, around this amount of time to do. And that is simply because you have to beat it on the hardest difficulty, which is extreme difficulty. And here it says finish a mission on extreme difficulty, finish all campaigns on extreme difficulty. And this is going to be the hardest part of it. Oh wait, never mind. I was wrong. Finish a mission on insane difficulty, finish all campaigns on insane difficulty. So now there is more. Okay, so the hardest difficulty is actually insane. Oh boy, okay. So really what this comes down to is you're gonna have to keep leveling up, you're gonna have to keep getting better at the game and its mechanics, and you're gonna have to work with a team to be very good at this. I doubt you're gonna be able to beat these difficulties on your own unless you're like a savant at this game or something. So this is very multiplayer focused for sure. It doesn't say that you have to do this in multiplayer. I don't think so. theoretically you could do it by yourself, but I doubt you're gonna get very far. You're gonna have to play this co-op if you really want to beat this. There's a trophy I'm reading here. It says Trigger Discipline. Complete a mission on intense difficulty or above without taking friendly fire damage. Ooh, that one could be a difficult trophy. Complete a mission without using aid kits, ammo crates, or consumables. At least this one you can probably do on the lowest difficulty and probably do it. So that is good there. And then there's other stuff where it says like kill 50 enemies with explosive barrels or pods, heal your fire team with an aid kit 100 times, you know, the kind of miscellaneous kind of stuff. So really the 8 out of 10 difficulty and the 100 hours is definitely going to probably come from insane runs, and it's going to take like Hail Mary passes and a ton of luck to beat these. If it's anything like Back 4 Blood, which you needed RNG in your favor, because when they send guys after you, you might get overrun, and that's just the luck of the draw. That's your bad luck and bad situational awareness. Maybe it comes down to your team being bad. You gotta have like a dedicated squad to play with you, and that's where most of this is coming from. Good luck with this one if you want to get it. The rarity. Let's see the rarity. The rarity of this plat is a 0.6 and 5.42 on PlayStation profiles. So pretty rare. And also a good indication that people have done this if it's a 0.6. So out of the pool of people that have played the game, 0.6% of them has gotten it. When you put that in comparison, we just released our Borderlands 2 video. Borderlands 2 VR has a 0.6 as well, and that's a way easier game. So there is hope for this one. You just gotta grind it out, have a good squad, and hope for the best. Now we got the very weird game in this one. 5 out of 10 difficulty, 70 hours, so you're gonna be grinding out this one. This is Dragonball The Breakers. As I mentioned before, this is a Dead by Daylight type of game, except now it's Dragon Ball themed, and it requires an online connection and is multiplayer only. And when I was looking through this, it says you have to do 300 to 400 matches to get 50 Raider level. I believe they meant to say level. Because the gold trophies in this run say reach Raider level 30, finish 50 matches as a Raider, and then you have the opposite. You're a lot braver than me, reach Survivor level 30 and finish 50 matches as a Survivor. So there is a grind to this, and that's probably why this is going to get you to 70 hours probably through these trophies here, and then you got a whole bunch of other stuff that is more situational within the run itself. You have successfully start up the super time machine with all survivors having survived. Invaluable friends. Then there's the opposite. I will rid this place of every one of you. Destroy the time machine. Then you got escape in a time machine with 3 or more allies. You have finish off all survivors and win the game. Defeat a raider with an attack during an ultimate dragon change. So in this game, you're either playing as the survivor, and that can be various characters. Like here I'm reading Krillin is one of them. I was reading the farmer is one of them. So there's different maps that have different characters. And when you're playing as the raider, you're the bad guy. You're on your own. It's 1v4, I believe. I think that's what it is. And you gotta stop them from doing the objective, just like the Dead by Daylight. So if you like these types of games, I think this one is probably going to be up your alley. I'm not crazy about these types of games. They're probably more fun if we streamed them. But I'm not crazy about getting these PLATS, especially the online connection, and really making a guide for these. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. I guess now we can get into which games will come to the channel. I am working on playing through Mafia 2 right now again. As soon as I saw this update, I said to myself, this is the time to make this guide. I already made Mafia 1, and now it makes sense to make Mafia 2 now. So that one definitely going to come to the channel. Either, we'll see. Maybe it'll be next week. Maybe it'll be after the PlayStation Extra Premium update. But it's coming this month for sure. Then the other games. Alien Fireteam Elite, I would play over Dragonball The Breakers, but I'm not really interested in either of these games. I would need a dedicated squad of people for both of these games if I wanted to get the plat. And there is a very big, significant time investment in these as well. I think I would rather spend that time elsewhere with some other games, to be honest. But I'd probably play Aliens Fireteam Elite over Dragonball The Breakers, personally. So let me know down in the comment section which games you're gonna go for. Let me know if you have any of these plats already, especially if you're someone who's done Aliens Fireteam Elite. Let me know your experience with that game. And I hope all your trophy hunting expeditions go incredibly well. Peace out.